Good evening, every pony and every creature. Welcome to tonight's stream on DAG. And as always, guys, welcome to Dratta Talks. This is your host, Dratta Arcana, live from my hotel room at the con, Winnie City. It is Saturday night. It's about 9:30. So we're doing what's called a mid-con update. So what I'm doing is that it's my podcast is, of course, letting you guys know kind of what's been going on here at Winnie City in Schaumburg, Chicago. So as always, guys, no but Dratta comments. So many of you guys may be wondering, did I go to the premiere? I wasn't able to attend the actual showing of the premiere with the rest of the convention because there was a scheduling conflict with the MLPCCG core tournament, which is, of course, the tournament that I actually, for the most part, came to the Winnie City for. And we'll get more into that in a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about kind of what this is. So what I wanted to do was, for BronyCon, I'm planning on running these mid-con podcasts every day during BronyCon. This is kind of our chance to do a little trial and error. And I'm live for once from Winnie City. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what came up first. But before we get into that, there's another reason I did not go to the premiere. And it's because when I get home on Monday, I plan on watching it right from the get-go to be able to give first impressions for a full-fledged review. I like to do my reviews with a first impression. And plus, it's kind of hard to watch it with the rest of the fandom because you get people that are going to talk about it, you know, have their opinions and stuff. And I want to stay unbiased. So I don't want to hear like what everyone thinks of it because I want to be able to give my own opinions. So with that out of the way, I know maybe a lot of you guys were like, oh, but Dratta, you should have gone to the premiere. And I'm going to be like, yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to give you an opinion all my own. So I'm trying to stay away from other people's opinions right now until I've actually seen the episodes. So let's go ahead and talk first about opening ceremonies. So opening ceremonies, oh my God. So they had this background that was really awesome, as you can see up on screen. You know, Charlie there is of course, the head for the con and everything for this area. But what was great about opening ceremonies is that we got through like all the guests of honor and everything, and lo and behold, Jim Miller was not at opening ceremonies. I was so upset. I was like, oh, well, it turns out that he was on a plane on his way to the convention because he had a work-related thing apparently. So we've been having a very interesting convention so far. My good friend Pirate Dash was up there with the community guests. And lo and behold, Charlie gave him a restriction where Pirate Dash was not allowed to say puns at Charlie, and Silver Quill was up there as well. So Silver Quill, Charlie went over to Silver Quill with the mic, and Silver Quill was like, so if he gives a pun, he has to go to the pun-atentiary, right? And I was like, oh, and Charlie was like, oh, I walked into that one. So Silver Quill gave us a pun, which was great. So that was pretty much opening ceremonies. We got to see all the guests of honor. They had a big musician lineup. A lot of first-time musicians from Europe and all over the world and stuff. I wish I had gotten the chance to go to the concerts. Of course, my dedication for my Friday and Saturday was the Harmony Tournament and the Core Tournament. And I'll get into that here in a few minutes. So Friday came around, and Friday consisted of... wrong slide. This was the TCG room. So I came in with Joking Luna and my good friend Cadell from my own local playgroup. And we drove in, and we got here, and I immediately tried to check into the room. I totally forgot about the hotel. The hotel gives us whenever you travel to a hotel, and this is something to keep in mind when you're going to conventions and stuff, is remember that they have a deposit that you have to pay for. It was really, really embarrassing to get to the counter and have to wire funds to pay for a deposit. I made that mistake. I totally forgot about the deposit. Don't do that. Don't be Dratta. So we got in, we hooked up with Pirate Dash and everything, and we got to the room and stuff. And then we went out to dinner, and I got to meet all the artists for the con. Pirate Dash was good friends with all the con artists and stuff. And that was kind of our start to Friday night. We went out to Red Robin, which we all walked to, and it was raining and cold. But that was a fun trip. We had a good time hanging out with all the people that did all the arts and stuff. And if I'm cutting in and out, guys, and it's hard to hear, it's probably because of the current internet at the hotel. So I'm trying to do this as best I can. It seems like that we're having some problems with the live stream at the moment. So I apologize. I can't do anything about the internet at the hotel, which is apparently garbage. So I knew that we were going to be having this problem. So if it sounds like that I'm cutting in and out, I apologize. Hopefully the actual bass recording will be better than... anyways, the convention artists and stuff, I got to meet them for the first time. They're a pretty good group of people. And then we came back to the hotel Thursday night, and we kind of hung out a little bit, played some cards, getting everything straightened away and stuff. And what we ended up doing was that we got through Thursday night pretty fine. Convention hadn't started, made sure to get my badge and stuff. Well, I get to the badge table on Thursday night, and I'm walking in with my OC plushie, and the guy at the counter is like, "I know that plushie. I know it. And I'm like, yeah, it was on Equestria Daily. And he's like, that's where I remember it from. You're Dratta Arcana. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, wow, someone that actually knows who I am. So it was kind of cool to see that the people at the badge table knew who I was. And give me one sec, folks. I got TJ messaging me here. Pirate Dash is messaging me. Okay. Just asking to make sure that I'm recording in the room. So if he stops by, we might get interrupted here. So then the next day, we go down for opening ceremonies. And I'm sitting there waiting for opening ceremonies. And so we get down for opening ceremony, and I'm sitting there. We arrived like an hour and a half early just to get our seats. And someone came up and said, I know that plushie. It's made by Kiyashon, Dratta Arcana, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, wow. And then not more than like 2 seconds later, I get like 2 other people that recognize my OC. So I found that kind of cool. This stream isn't all about me. It's about the con, not about me. I swear it's not about me. But so we get the opening ceremonies, we go through all that, and after opening ceremonies, we decided to go to the trading card room for the Harmony tournament. I did absolutely terrible in Harmony. I had bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. I just couldn't draw the things I needed from my deck, and it was a disaster. Granted, as bad of a disaster it was, I still placed top 8. So I was still able to make top 8, which was nice. But so the Harmony tournament I felt was a disaster, which is fine with me. I did okay. So we get through we get through the Harmony tournament. And then after the Harmony tournament, I was like, I'm kind of hungry, so we go get food. And then I come back from my free play, and I meet up with some friends and stuff. And we basically free play for the rest of the night. Made some trades, did some stuff. Actually, after this podcast, I'm going to be going back down to do more free play. Because there's actually a couple people that want to learn the game. So, yes, I did not have the heart of the cards in the Harmony tournament. But don't worry, it gets better. So Saturday comes around. One of my goals, because I haven't told you guys this yet, but I had been messaging back and forth with Dr. Wolf and Lightning Bliss of the analyst community, trying to potentially do stuff with the analyst community, and that was before I had started Dratta Talks. So now with the new system, I'm no longer, I told Dr. Wolf, I'm planning on running this more as a news podcast. So I had told Lightning Bliss this as well. And I told Lightning Bliss that I would stop by her vendor because I discovered she'd be at Winnie City. So I decided to go to the vendor hall at 10 a.m. this morning. And I get to see Lightning Bliss, and I told her, I mentioned my name, and she's like, yeah, I know, who you are, and I told her about Dr. Wolf. We had a really good chat there at our vendor table, and she basically said that she was really proud that I had been taking a lot of her suggestions and stuff to heart. So it was a good encounter. She remembered my messages to her, so I'm getting kind of noticed across, different areas because I'm very communicative. One of my favorite custom playmats, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but one of my custom playmats that you guys have seen on stream and stuff, I found the actual artist. I got his business card. I'd love to, when I upload this video, I'll send you guys that information. I'd love you guys to support him because his art is absolutely phenomenal, and I found out that he actually had that art as a playmat. So I'll have his information in the description when I upload these videos because it is my favorite playmat of Princess Luna, and I want to be able to support him because I feel bad having printed a custom playmat of his art without knowing who he was. So I'll have his information hopefully in the description when I upload these, which will be Monday. I will upload the podcast Monday. So that was cool. I got to meet the actual artist of my favorite playmat. And I told him that if any time in the future I want to buy a playmat with his art, I will be sure to buy directly from him. Because I like to support the artists of the fandom if I can. And it was just, I was flipping through his art and I saw the one image and I'm like, so you're the one that drew this. I have to support you. So, all in all, the vendor hall was a great success. One of my friends who came with me to the con, he'd never had a plushie before. Okay, he didn't own a single plushie. And I was like, no, you have to have a plushie. So, we got him a plushie. We had to, Oh, and he absolutely loves the plushie. So anyways, after we were done in the vendor hall, we could have gone to the premiere, but we decided that we didn't really have a lot of time, and it was kind of like an hour and a half until the core tournament. So we decided to go straight down to the tabletop room to participate in the core tournament. Well, it turns out that my friend Joking Luna, who's running the tournaments, decided that they were going to hold off on starting the tournament until after so the tournament was delayed, unfortunately. So I actually could have gone to the premiere, but I had no idea that they were going to delay the tournaments. So by that point, it was kind of late to try to get in. So that was unfortunate, but it was well worth the wait. I placed second place due to the luck of the fact that the opponent if I had won, I would have won the tournament. If I had just drawn what I needed and it just wasn't coming to me, it was a bad game. But I did place second. So for 2 years, back to back, for Winnie City, the top 2 decks, one of them was a farming deck, and that's actually really interesting for the future of the card game. Now, the card game is not all that we did. So let's see here. So here's an image of the vendor hall. Going back to the vendor hall, they had a lot of cool stuff there. My good friend, I forget his fan name, but Jacob, who has a vendor at all the cons, he has these little metal dice with the ones being the cutie mark of ponies. And I was like, oh, my favorite. He had a Luna cutie mark die and a Twilight mark die, and they were metal. And I was like, I got to buy these. He was like $5 a piece. I'm like, awesome. So I made sure to support that. I like supporting the people at the vendor hall and stuff. So I did a lot of supporting of a lot of the people there. I'm a big supporter of the fandom. I wanted to make sure that I talked to people and everything. And all in all, so far the con has been going really, really well. So one of the panels I was going to attend was drawing for exposure, but what I thought it wasn't actually what it was. So I was just like, eh. So one of the things I wanted to do, one of the goals that I had potentially for the con was during a free play to play a story format, and I got the chance to do that. Now, as far as everything else, Pirate Dash has been running around like crazy trying to be a community guest and stuff. What was interesting was that they decided to lock like all the side doors and back doors, so it was making it really difficult to get in and out of the hotel. The convention has definitely had it's been a blast so far, but there's definitely some things that I don't know about on the other end that maybe things are a little bit more tense for the upper management and stuff. So we'll find out more at closing ceremonies, and like I said, there will be a con finale discussing the panel for tomorrow, which is a YouTube panel I'm going to, and the closing ceremonies, and of course the overall view of the entire convention. So that's kind of like the stuff I did for the convention, but there's definitely a lot of panels and a lot of stuff still going on. If you're actually currently at the convention, I highly advise going around doing all the different things that are available here. And if you're not at the convention, look forward to the finale convention update. I will be free playing after this stream, so I'll be doing free play till 2 a.m. I've been up till like 2 a.m. like every single night so far, and it's working out well because usually I'm asleep like 4 hours before that. So with that, I don't really have anything else to update you guys on. And as you guys know, these are about 30 minutes now. So this is going to be a little shorter than most of my others. But this is the MidCon update. The convention's been going good so far. I've been having a blast. Been having a lot of fun. And, something else I want to note. So I had a tail made of my OC's tail, and the strap broke. So Friday night when I was when I was, at the, I was at I was in my room and I get a message. I totally missed the message. Pirate Dash goes running into the room. It's like, hey, grab your tail and go get it fixed. The cosplay medic was downstairs, so I went down there and I got to chat with her and everything while she fixed the tail. And then I get back in the elevator. It's like, I got in the group of the artists and I'm like, yeah, I had to get my tail fixed. And they were like, if you had said that anywhere else, it would just sound weird and awkward. And I was like, yeah, probably. All right. So, there's been a lot of gaming at this convention. I got the chance to meet up with a lot of old friends like Steel, my buddy Jacob, King Utopia. I got to meet up with. I haven't gotten a chance to play King yet, but we're getting there. Hopefully tonight I can get some demo games in. There's a couple people that want to learn the card game, so I'm hoping to do some of that. I got to meet some new people and everything, so I've been having a good time. A lot of people are really impressed by my plushie. So, people, I was walking into the tabletop gaming room one day, and the guy at the counter is like, hey, Dratta Arcana, it just announced my name, like, right out of the blue. I'm like, hey, so, people know who I am and know what I do. So just stay tuned. This is it for the MidCon update, guys. If you're looking for this and any of my other content, of course, check this Twitch channel or my YouTube page. If you're looking to contact me, you can contact me via Dratta Arcana Gaming at facebook.com or through dratta.arcana@gmail.com. I do check these pretty regularly, so please, if you need anything, just, do that. If you are hoping to get notified of any of my other stuff, please subscribe on my YouTube. I upload videos pretty regularly, at least once a week minimum. And look forward to what I have to come, the final con review and the episodes, the premiere review. Hopefully going to have those up by Tuesday of this week. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, no but Dratta comments, and see you guys at this con, or if you're not at this con, I'll